The winless New York Jets fly across the country to take on the 8-4 Seattle Seahawks, who will look to avoid dropping 2 in a row to New York teams.
Number 3 scoring offense in the league has just turned it over.
Russell Wilson last week only threw for 1 touchdown, was picked off, held to 6.1 yards per attempt, and held to a rating under 8.
Looking for Disley with 3 Giants around him.
Sacks continued to be an issue for Wilson and the Hawks, the Giants getting to him 5 times.
Wilson wrapped up by Tate Crowder and ripped down.
Wilson still not having gone through a game this year where he hasn't been sacked. Seattle ranking near the bottom in sacks allowed.
Powering his way to another sack of Wilson.
The Jets were able to ring up a few QB takedowns last week.
And disaster this time for the Raiders.
But they haven't chased down too many signal callers for the year, only having done so 20 times all season.
Carr throwing end zone wide open.
And that's partially why they haven't been able to stop too many passing attacks. Derek Carr throwing for 381 yards, 3 TDs, and of course that game winner against them.
Carr wide open as Rams.
The Jets' numbers against the pass for the season are not good either, so Wilson seems lined up for a rebound.
Waller breaking free, and he will stroll into the end zone.
New York's run D, however, is much stronger, holding teams to less than 4 yards a carry before facing the Raiders, and then holding them to under 3 a run.
Booker is going backwards.
Seattle has Chris Carson back, and he ran for 5 a carry last week.
Chris Carson finds the hole.
But they only gave him 13 carries. He had 8 the week before, so it seems like they're just working him back in slowly.
Great run for Carson.
Speaking of running backs, how about New York's Ty Johnson, who gave the Jets their first individual 100-yard rushing game of the year?
Johnson springing free.
And now he's up against a defense that just gave up 190 yards on the ground. Wayne Gallman going for 135 of those on 8.4 a carry.
Wayne Gallman, big hole, there he goes.
Seattle's pass defense, though, fared much better, which hasn't always been the case. They didn't have too much trouble with Colt McCoy.
Coin deflected, intercepted by Quandre Diggs.
Now they face Sam Darnold, who is coming off one of his better games. A couple TD passes and a rating near 100.
Darnold, third down, pass to the end zone, it's caught.
He was sacked 3 more times, though. The Jets, like the Seahawks, have allowed pass rushers to get to their QBs at a very high rate.
Darnold play action, football is loose.
And one guy you know would love to get to Darnold, Jamal Adams, who picked up his 7th.5 sack of the season last week.
He's coming. And Jamal Adams wraps him up for the sack.
It's revenge match time, though Adams doesn't really have anything to be vengeful of, I guess. He will if the Jets get their first win against him, though, and while that might have sounded impossible 2 weeks ago, it doesn't after last week's results. Let's see how many of you are willing to call for a New York sweep of Seattle. No one from our panel was in a New York state of mind last week. Let's see if that's changed at all.
Wilson spinning it to Carson. What a throw.
Looking for John Gruden onto the field. Darnold, third down, pass to the end zone, it's caught.